knew team was game planning me. We knew team was, going to double me, they're going to slide to me. So if we know that, we have to do a better job, and we talked about it, and we've been talking about it since last year, and everything, even the individual, we're going through things and working through things together as a group, the whole up front. And you're talking about, all right, if this guy getting a slide, then we got to have a balancer rusher. We got that guy on the other side getting a one-on-one. The guys on the edge, they got one-on-one. So, we talk about the 4 points of the quarterback, back foot, front foot, upfield. And then I said when you rushing quarterbacks, most of the time it's four-man rushes. So we all got a back arm, we all got a point we have to get to. And, if we not at them points, eventually the quarterback escape. Pretty much everybody in our division that play quarterback can run. And when you not on the same page up front, you create them rush lanes and you create explosion downfield. So quarterback's able to step up. So at the end of the day, it's four guys rushing. We have to be on the same page, make sure that there's no escape lanes. And, no matter if we got a game or not, we all got to be on the same page. Callie got his own way of coaching. I done had previous coaching. Everybody got their own way of doing it. Like I said, if they wasn't a leader, everybody got people to look up to. I think, like I said, at the end of the day, we all lead in our own way. It's our job as veterans and, guys who've been around this league to give tips and give advice to these young cats around here. So at the end of the day, like I said, we all got our different way of leading. Callie had his different way of coming into this offseason, trying to create more leaders. He want more guys to step up and say things, especially in different position rooms. So, like I said, at the end of the day, I think it was a great thing that they were doing around here. I kept in contact with the coaches and, seeing the things on social media at the end of the day. I think that was a good thing. Like I said, it was my decision not to be here for that. But, I see it paid off, and it was good to be back with these guys, and you can see the different leadership from different guys around here. At the end of the day, I'm going on year 7, and me playing at maybe 315 to 320, I don't think that's good for my body, especially being able to, drop weight here and there, different off-season here and there. So I think at the end of the day, I feel great. But the biggest thing for me is just being light on my feet. Like I said, I've been training at this weight. I've been doing a lot of different movements, lateral movement, and just pass rush things just to test it out and just to see how quick I could be. Like I said, at the end of the day, for me, it's all about recognizing and winning my one-on-ones, or whenever that happens, it's all about winning them faster. So camp, now my goal is to, maintain that, not to be over 305 this year, but if I can maintain that weight just to feel good and just have a mentorship like my uncle who played in the league for 10 years, just the conversation I had with him, being able to play longer, stay healthy, no ankles, no knees and stuff of that nature, I think is good for the body. It's very crucial. Like I said, that's one of the reasons why, I had no question. It wasn't no question for me not to be here for mandatory minicamp. Like I said, it was the voluntary stuff that I wasn't here for, but, just to be around the guys, to be able to, I know it's not that much time, but being around the guys, spend time with them out of the building, being able to spend that quality time, not just on the field, but off the field. Just try to build more relationships, since I haven't been here, but it's very crucial, and not just off the field, but when we on the field, just to try to get a connection with Cody, all these new guys that's on the defense side of the ball. So, it's going to be big on the field and in the locker room and outside the building.
Some guys had a long learning curve with Bill last season. There's a lot of young guys. How fast should your learning curve be with him, and how ready should this line be week 1?
Always for the guys who've been here, year 2 is always a big thing. But for me personally, I feel like I've done almost every type of style of O-line there's known to man with all the teams I've been on. But, it's some different stuff. It's some new stuff. It's really interesting. So it's going to take a little bit to get into it, but I'm excited about it.
Kevin, as a guy that's been around the league,
it's cool stuff. The group's been really fiery, competing, the breakout groups and all that, getting to know your teammates. Probably guys you won't get to talk to that much, even though, just different positions. You're not around each other all the time. It's pretty cool just to hear people's stories and everything, and it's really cool.
Kevin, you're coming from a really good team, obviously, last year. Well, aside from the contract itself, what were some of the reasons that drew you here?
Talking to my family, we just felt like Nashville was going to be the best spot for me, my girls. It just spoke to us, and, we're excited. We've already been here 2 weeks, and we absolutely love it. And like I said, chance, Coach Callahan, the chance, for, young talent to come in quick, and, you never know, change it around quick. It just I don't know, something said, let's go, let's be here.
Special that was kind of appealing about the system they run here or anything that also helps sway the decision?
I mean, like I said, Coach Callahan being here, just a chance to work with him, learn his things, But like you said, I remember like Titans playing Detroit last year, Early on in the game, they got after us, and obviously the game flipped, but it's like, there's talent here. There's no doubt there's talent here. So pieces of the puzzle here, so we just got to go. I've just been very regimented from day one, taking strength and conditioning very seriously but smartly. Honestly, just dumb luck has come into a lot of, play. I've been very lucky on that front, and, even at 14 years, I still love the game. I love being here. I feel good, and, just keep rolling. Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's just like, anything I have done or know, I'll tell them, if I think of something a little differently, I'll explain it to them, and they can work it in however they want, or if they want the advice, or if they're good to go, because obviously those two guys, all the talent in the world, so excited to see what they can do this year.
Something I enjoy a lot.
I asked Gunnar just what's been the key to having everything not be too fast, too much for him. What would you say?
You just got to prepare, right? To me, I was saying earlier, you got to prove yourself every single day. I took that mentality in college. And so every day that I come out here, it's a test, right? And so I got to prepare like it's a test every day. And if you do that, you hear a play call, boom, it comes to your head immediately, right? You get up to the line, all right, you see the coverage, the way it's rolling, boom, it's in your head immediately. You've already prepared for it. So I think that's the key to it all.
Along those lines, is this kind of like a semester exam almost out here? I mean, the goal is the regular season, but given everything you've learned, is this kind of the week you have to show it?
No, not this week. You show it every day, like I said. It's not. You're not going to be judged by one moment, right? So you won't be judged by this week, but you'll be judged cumulatively by what you did in rookie minicamp, what you did in OTAs, what you do in mandatory minicamp, what you do in training camp. Like, you take the cumulative body of work, and then that's who you are. And so I never put that much pressure on myself to have to perform on one specific outing.
You got especially good about that, maybe?
I guess you just take what the defense gives you. Maybe today they were giving us the middle of the field, and so that's where we're working. But that's not to say that we can't work outside the numbers as well. Whatever the defense gives you, that's what you should be taking. And so if we're completing the ball, that's a good sign, is the way I see it.
What do you do from the time this mini camp ends until training camp begins? And I guess probably want to relax, but you got to get geared up.
Yeah, I guess so. We have rookies get off on June 20th. And so I'm going to have an apartment out here after that. We're in the hotel right now. And I'm just going to stay out here and work with the strength staff, try to get some sessions in with Cam and all the other offensive guys. You just keep working, right? You have to build as a rookie. You don't really know anything yet. You don't know anything, so you got to keep going every single day. Some of the vets, they have a really good sense for what they need to do, and they might need to take some off there. But for us, we're just going to keep going.
Well, I don't think I've ever seen a practice where Cam hasn't talked, or a game that even a lift that Cam hasn't talked crap. So excuse my language, but that's just Cam. Jeff, I heard he's a big smack talker guy, so there's going to be some words exchanged in the next 3 days.
Going back to a couple months ago, I'm sure the goal is to get drafted, but when you start, take me through the roller coaster of emotions of probably the disappointment at first, but then winding up here with Cam.
No doubt. I'm a super strong believer in Christ, and I feel like he does everything for a reason. I'm just, again, a God-fearing man. I'm here right now, so what's really the difference? A little bit of money. I don't do this for money, I do this for the love of the game, and I'm just super blessed, that God gave me this opportunity, and Coach Borgonzi and Coach, wow. I just had a brain fart. But Coach Callahan, happy birthday to my man, gave me an amazing opportunity to come and play for the Tennessee Titans. It's football at the end of the day, You're at the highest level there is. So what's really expected is all that stuff. So I think, again, we're just doing a great job as a team, learning every single install and learning what we're being thrown quick and just executing it at a high level on the field. Everything. I told Coach Bones himself, if you need me a placeholder, I'll do it. Anything that I can help the team, impact the team on, just throw me out there, I've played special teams my whole entire life, so it's nothing new. I'm going to say this over and over again, it's football. I love everything about football, the process, the grit, the ups and downs. There's not really a tough piece, It's football, and again, we're at the highest level, so a lot of things are expected.
Is today the most you've worked that high and gotten to be on the receiving end of Cam's stuff in 7-on-7 and team?
I don't really pay attention to that, you know. I'm just super blessed for my opportunities. Every single time I step on the field, I treat it like it's my last, and, you know, whatever's thrown at me, whoever's a quarterback back there, whoever's snapping the ball, whoever's running routes next to me, you know. Everyone that's here right now deserves to be here, and just I got really good guys around me. Right, I mean, again, the coaches are doing an amazing job, you know, teaching us all the installs the day before, the day of, just giving us as much information as we can so we can play confident and free, you know. So I think that's the biggest part, knowing what you got to do, and when you play confident, you play fast.
Xavier, that confidence you mentioned, like how much do those 5 a.m. meetings, you know, seeing what you're going to do later, like how much does that contribute to it?
Right, I mean, it's a process, you know. So just since we got here, that doesn't mean our process stops, you know. Again, I think that helps a lot because it gets you up in the morning, gets you prepared for the day. And, you know, there's studies out there that the most successful people wake up the earliest, you know. So I think, you know, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. We're doing a really good job and just keep being consistent. Right, I mean, again, we've been doing this for the past year and a half, 2 years, so it's really like an everyday process, you know. It's not like we stay up till 12 o'clock.
Right.
So, I mean, we do what we need to do. We have our priorities set. And, again, this is a process that we do every single day. So it's not really, a marathon. It's really our race, you know.
You guys start at 5 a.m. at the U?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We were the first ones in the building.
Okay. What time is your alarm set?
4:45.
Okay. So quick commute.
Yeah, I mean, we're, you know, 2 minutes down the road. So wake up, brush your teeth, put some clothes on, and be in the film room at 5.